Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dave, and today I'm going to show you how to control your character in Atmosphir and also how to edit and customize those controls. So by default, the control setting for Atmosphir is the simple control scheme, and this is meant to cater to players of all ages and backgrounds. Even if you've never played a video game before, you should be able to play Atmosphir and have a good time with it. So right now I'm just going to use the arrow keys to move around on my keyboard. So if I press the up arrow, I'll move my character forward. If I press back, the down arrow, I'll move backwards. So I'm going to go collect these bombs over here by just pressing the up arrow. And if I want to turn to the side, then I press the right arrow. And that's not just going to move my character to the right, but it's going to actually turn the camera to the right. And if I do that, now I press up, I'll be able to move forward. So I'm pressing right, up, right, up, right, up. Now usually you're doing this in some sort of combination. So for example, if I press up and left at the same time, my character's just going to run around in circles. And then if I press up and right, it'll start moving to the right. So that gets a little dizzy after a while. To jump, you just press the space bar, tap it once to jump really lightly, and hold it down to do a much longer jump. Usually you're going to want to do this in combination with the arrow keys. So if I'm trying to make a jump, I might get a running start, and then while I'm holding forward, just press the space bar at the same time. Okay, so now I have items and I want to use an action key. I want to throw bombs and break this wall. So I have bombs. If you look in the lower left hand corner, I collected 9 bombs, and to use them I'm going to press the shift key and that'll bring out a bomb, and then if I press it again it will blow stuff up. So the action key is used for a variety of things, weapons and different items you might get, but for right now, because bombs are my current item, that's what I'll be using. To zoom in or out for your character, you can press the O key several times to zoom out, or the I key to zoom in, and you can use a mouse scroll wheel if you have that as well. So scroll in, scroll out, like that. Now the mouse also changes your camera angle, so if you move the mouse around, you're going to get different perspectives. So this is really helpful if you want to see stuff that's above you or below you, or get any sort of perspective. Usually, particularly for jumping puzzles, it's better to get an overhead perspective so you can sort of line up your jumps and see where you're going. It just makes things a little bit easier. Now you can also play with just using the mouse if you want to, and the way you can do that is you move your character forward by pressing the right click on the mouse, and that's just always going to move your character, and I'm actually turning and changing my perspective just by moving the mouse around. So right now I'm just holding down the right click button and moving my mouse at the same time. So that makes it easier. I'm not even pressing any keys at all. Now to jump, which I was just doing unsuccessfully, you can press the left click. So right now I'm moving around with the mouse, right click for moving and for moving forward, and the left click for jumping up and down. So that's just a mouse only setting. So both of those are pretty easy introductory ways to control Atmosphir. But let's say you're more of an expert player. You've been playing, Counter-Strike mods for the past 10 years or something like that. You know what you're doing. So I'm going to press Edit, go to Menu, I'm going to get out of this, and then I'm going to go to the Options menu. And this is going to show me the current control settings. So I've got the simple controls right now, and I can see all the different keys and what they do, and there's also alternative keys as well. Now, if I want to change to the veteran setup, I just go to this drop-down menu and click that, and that's going to give me the typical WASD plus mouse setup that you might use in popular computer games, first-person shooters, or third-person action games, if you're familiar with that. So in this case, I would use W to move forward, S to move backwards, A to move to the left, and D to the right. But what's different about this is, actually I want to do that. Veteran control scheme, okay. I'll go back to design mode, open up that level that I was just doing, click OK, and press play. And now the big difference here is if I press left or right, I'm going to actually move to the left or the right instead of turning the camera. And so this is used in conjunction with the mouse, so you're doing it both at the same time. So when I'm playing Atmosphir, this is the control scheme that I usually use, and I'm pressing WASD to move my character around while moving the mouse around to change my camera angle. This gives you a lot more precise control with the game. Now it's a little more complicated to do though, controlling the camera and the character at the same time. So if you're new to Atmosphir, I'd suggest starting out with the simple control scheme and see if you can work your way up to the WASD plus mouse, the veteran control scheme. Alright, but let's say neither of those controls work for you and you want to try something a little bit different. you can go to the custom option, and that's down here, and then you can change the keys to whatever you want. So for some strange reason, maybe you want the forward button to be, I don't know, T. So you click on the key, and then you click T, and press enter. Oh no, wait, that didn't work. Press T, and then that's going to be that. So T, I want Q to make me go backwards, I want I to make me go left, and I want this right bracket to make me go right. That's the worst control scheme ever made, but hey, you can make it however you want. And then that'll be your custom control scheme. You can also invert the mouse, so this will change if you move up or down the mouse, what axis, how the mouse will react. Some people like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now I can have a custom control scheme. So that's basically how you control things in Atmosphir. I hope that helps and makes it as easy to control the game as possible. And so if you die, you don't get frustrated by the controls, you get frustrated by bad level design or crazy, crabs trying to kill you, that sort of thing. Thanks for watching, and I hope that helped.